restoration of a 1960s Tootsietoy Chevrolet El Camino with trailer. And here she is, some people's favorite car, some people's least favorite car. Big block engine, 454 at the end of the 60s. But not a really good car and not a really good pickup truck. And this is a little unusual for me. I usually don't do toys, Tootsie Toys from the 1960s, but here you go. So this first part here, and actually quite a bit of this is me taping things off. Tootsie Toys never got this kind of treatment. Somebody just sprayed it one color and then sprayed one other area some different color, and they didn't tape it off, and it was a pretty cavalier affair, it seems. But I'm going to take a little bit more care here, and taping things off like this, it doesn't take that much. It's a little fiddly. It doesn't take that much time, and the result is better. So I'm going to color the cab here, the roof. I'm going to give that a different color, an off-white color. The car is just going to be a fire engine red, and then the bed there and the base of the trailer are going to be just brown, as if it's wood. And naturally, there will be some chrome accents. And here you've got to get the tires. The tires are the most fiddly thing on here. Of all the fiddly things, it's the most fiddly. And I wish I was better at it, and I wish I just went and made round cutouts and put a hole in the middle and just plop those on there. I don't know why I don't do that, but I don't. It seems more efficient. But in the end, I got them on there, and they worked pretty well. And as you'll see, I will go back and I'm going to color in the wheels, the tires anyway, because over the years they do get a little bit grayed out, a little bit old and tatty. So I'm doing the tires, the top, and the bumper, and the front grille and headlights. And here's that fire engine red, just a typical red. Put it on there. Kind of missed it on the camera. And there's the trailer. And get the second coat. And you want to pull this off. Really good idea to use gloves on these things, especially if you're like me and you're a little impatient, and when you pick it up it might not be completely dry. Maybe I shouldn't say that. It's a bad thing. You should wait till it's completely dry. And then I just take a Sharpie here. It works really well. It's easy to control. It gives good permanent color on them. And then these chrome pens work really well, except when they don't. And this one was not cooperating. But I got some on there. I get some white paint pen here to do the headlights. Although if you look at the original pictures of the original car, the headlights are just as chromed as the rest of the things around them. But I just want them to stand out a little bit. It's looking okay. And I put a little hood ornament on there, just for a little flash. So we're going to tape off now the rest of the car and put some spray paint. I use just rattle can spray paint. It's kind of the overkill shotgun way of doing things. If I was a real professional, with a lot of the guys online, they're using very sophisticated spray paint guns, and they're good at it, and they're good at mixing it, and they looked really great and professional, and I'm just, not doing that. On the other hand, I'm not doing, these beautiful Hot Wheels where they have, a special kind of paint, and you need a special kind of, shiny zinc under the paint, and then, it kind of shines through, and it gives a different kind of luster. This is just a Tootsie Toy, and it never had this much care in its life. So here it comes, and blam, there's just a whole hurricane of white on there. And I have some Humbrol brown here that I'm just applying with a brush. Trying not to get it in those grooves there, which would hold the little plastic motorcycle, which I can't really find. So if somebody knows where I can find one, I can find the trailers with the little motorcycles. I can find some of the motorcycles, but not the ones that would fit exactly in these little grooves. So if you've got a tip for me there, I would love to hear about it. But they're, as far as I can see, they're just little plastic motorcycles. But it'll have to remain empty for the moment. Here's just taking the tape off. You can already see kind of where it's going here. And now I'm just going to take these grooves, these raised ridges, and taking a pen, Sharpie here, and highlighting them. A little easier said than done, but it turned out, as you can see there, it turned out okay. I'll come back and give it another coat of brown. And here's that chrome pen. It's now in the trash can. And in fact, I have emptied it into this plastic top and applied the rest with a paintbrush. And that works really well. I think I'm going to go over to that. So touched up some of the other chrome work I had done. And applying it with a brush, especially on this kind of detail, is really, I think, the way to go. Most of it went on okay, but there were just some places they needed to be touched up, and places where I'd got the black ink off of the raised edges there. And to take the tape off of the bed of the El Camino, and you've got to scrape out. It doesn't ever really cover everything. So if you've got a phobia about the dentist, you're not going to enjoy this much, but there's a lot of scraping there. And here I'm just putting on a transparent layer. And this again is just a huge shower of stuff. So I only put on one coat. It's more than enough. And once it dries, it looks fine. It doesn't look ugly. And there we have it. Nice little El Camino, ready to pull a trailer, ready to go, maybe even be played with again sometime. And again, not something I usually do. A Tootsietoy car from the 1960s. It was it's a fun little weekend project. Thanks very much for watching, and give us a like if you don't mind, and feel free to subscribe. Thanks again, and Happy New Year, 2023.